All right, today we are in Waregem in Belgium, and with me is Crow Lotus of the band Capra from Louisiana, USA. Thank you so much, first of all, for taking some time in between your busy schedule in the touring in Europe to do this interview. So we are really looking forward to the show tonight, and that's why I wanted to take the opportunity to do this interview. Now, first of all, Capra. What is Capra? Could you maybe first describe what's the band briefly? What type of metal music you're playing? When was it founded, etc.?
So Capra, we kind of just consider ourselves a hardcore band. We do have like different sort of more purist metal influences to it. So it's. Do you want me to hold it?
Yes, okay.
Oh, okay. So it's not like maybe necessarily exactly traditional hardcore, but it's a lot of blended kind of different styles infused in one. We've been a band as this particular lineup for, I guess, maybe 4 years now or so, give or take. I've been with the band for about 4 years.
Okay.
Our most recent member, our bassist Trevor, joined us about 2 years ago, I think. But he just more recently, maybe a year ago, started playing switch from guitar to bass because our old bassist has other things that he has to do, so he's no longer with us. Yeah.
So it's flexible.
Yes.
It's a flexible band, let's say like that.
Something like that.
Now about you, I read somewhere, I was quite amazed about it, that you joined the band 4 years ago, 2019 or 18, it must be.
It's about 18, I think, is when I
18, I
joined,
think.
something like that.
But what surprised me most is that you joined the band and you didn't have any experience in being a vocalist or being in a band.
No, I've been in bands, just not vocal.
But not vocalist. So that was really amazing for me to notice that. Wow. Okay. So you just joined the band. You're the front lady, front woman, and immediately taking this responsibility maybe or taking this job. It's amazing.
Right. It's
How did you come to that?
yeah. It's definitely a lot different from what I'm used to. What I originally played for years was bass guitar, and I kind of on a whim, my guitarist Tyler reached out to me asking me to do vocals because with my original band I had one song that I did vocals on, and so it's. I had done vocals, but I didn't really know what I was doing, and it was just the one song. And I think that maybe he like heard that and ended up reaching out to me, and then they kind of helped me. Let's say they were very patient with me as I was figuring out how exactly to do vocals for more than just like 5 minutes without hurting myself. So it's a lot trickier than you expect, especially if you have no experience doing something like that.
And there's a lot of techniques
Yes.
involved in the metal vocalists stuff in general. Did you take classes? Did you had a coach or something like that, or because it's very dangerous in some kind to hurt your throat to have. So did you practice yourself? Did you
So-
take a coach or?
So when I first started, like maybe the first few years, it really was just like I just did what I thought sounded right. So I really didn't have a technique, and a lot of the time I was hurting myself. So after shows, I wouldn't have a voice, and then we would get to points where we're touring, and then I have to do like 5 or 7 shows, in a row, and it was getting to be very difficult because I was so. My technique was so improper that it just wasn't able to be sustained. But a few years in, go figure, is whenever I decided to start really, I think a lot of people nowadays turn to YouTube for learning how to do things, and it's really a great resource. So I definitely recommend it to anybody that wants to learn really anything at all.
Right.
So I just started paying attention to a lot of different YouTube videos that focus on technique. There's one I'm trying to remember the name of. I think it's Extreme Vocal Institute or something, but they're really, really good. And they're very educated, and they've got a lot of different resources available for people who want to be able to get into extreme vocals.
Because you have to know what you're doing, otherwise it
Right.
can have serious troubles. So,
Yes.
But in fact, you are the perfect example for a person who wants to be vocalist in whatever band. that you can start from, let's say, zero, not really zero, but
Right.
if you really want to do it, do
Very
it.
little experience.
Get some advice, practice, and you're the best example in that way. Because I found the band, I think, in 2020, and I was quite surprised, amazed about the energy, and also of the band in general, the music, but also your voice. The emotion, the anger, everything that's inside, it really was striking me. So I think that's really amazing. So compliments on that. Now, for the people maybe who don't know, which or how many singles or albums did Capra already release so far?
Right, so we have one full album, which is In Transmission, that we released. I can't even remember what year it was, but I think 20, yeah, like a year or two ago, something like that. But we have a new album coming out October 6th, and we just released one single from that, which is Tied Up. Yes, Tied Up.
I did a little bit of research.
Okay.
No problem.
Yeah, so we just released that one a few months ago, and then we've got a few more that are going to be coming out within the next couple of weeks, in anticipation of the actual full length.
Okay.
So yeah, that's gonna be.
That's exciting because now you're touring all over Europe. Let's say in a little bit more than 1 month, but 8 countries, if I'm not mistaken, almost
Something
every
like that.
day.
Like, it's a lot.
It's crazy. So,
Yeah.
but in fact, that's the best promotion that you can get to launch the album in October. Then,
Right.
because and in the set list are there already songs
Yes.
that.
Yeah, we have a few. I think it's like 4 or 5 new songs in the set. So there's
wow.
a lot. Yeah.
That's amazing. That's great. Yeah.
We were having trouble deciding how much we should keep in because we don't want to sit on it too long. Like, we really like the new stuff, so we want to play it. But at the same time, we know that there are people who want to hear a lot of the older ones. And so
Yeah, of course.
obviously it's a matter of finding the perfect balance in between the two.
Yeah.
And I think we found it, at least for right now. We're pretty happy with how our set list
Looking
is.
forward to that because usually for bands they first wait a long time
Yeah.
before the album is released, and then they play 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 songs of the new album. But it's great that we have the premiere
Right.
already, that we can hear several songs already even before the album is released. So, but that's a good promotion. I mean,
Yeah.
that's fantastic. I'm really looking forward to that.
Thank you.
Now, future plans already 6 October. Everyone has to keep that date in mind.
Right.
That the new album, it's called
Right.
Errors,
Yes.
will be released. Now you're in Europe, halfway the tour. What's next? What's coming the next weeks, months?
So we, a few weeks after or a couple of weeks after we get back home, we are going to leave again for about 2 weeks or so with a band called Zeo. So that's going to be really cool. We have some really exciting shows that we're going to play within the next couple of months, but I can't say them yet, unfortunately. But they will be announced very soon, like within the next couple of days. So there's some pretty big name events. Let's just put it. Let's leave it at that. Yeah.
Slip of the tongue, no?
Yeah, but yeah, we're excited for the Zeo tour as well. That's going to be North America, so, or not North America, but United States. So
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And in a few days, Summer Breeze Festival
Yes.
in Germany. So that's quite huge. I mean,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
Yeah, we keep hearing good stuff about it, so we're really excited to play.
Yeah. I also read, because what was amazing for me is that Capra is a do-it-yourself band. Can you explain something about that? What's a do-it-yourself band? Yeah,
Right.
It says itself, but
Yeah, so for a long time, everything that we've done has just been like amongst ourselves. So a lot of our art, a lot of obviously completely all the writing, and a lot of our own booking, a lot of our own management and stuff for years was only with us. Obviously now, with the resources that we have available to us with Metal Blade, there are a lot more people that are able to kind of help us get things together. But we do try to still be as do-it-yourself as possible. So we still do a lot of I don't want to discredit our booking agents because they've been wonderful, but we do still do a lot of our own networking or reaching out to other bands and try to set things up with them, stuff like that. And then another thing that we stand for is we really like a lot of our smaller shows, just a lot more intimate shows, just because it feels a little bit more true to who we are. Not to say we don't really enjoy playing the bigger shows, it's always fun. But we are most excited whenever we're like in a pretty intimate, close knit room with just like, you know, that's something we prefer to.
So the artwork is by you or?
No, so it's mostly our older artwork. Yeah, it's like stuff that we've created ourselves or our older posters, things like that. But now all of our art, depending on who it is, it's by different people. So the new album art is by our friend Nat Lacuna, who's in a really sick band called Holy Ghost Tabernacle Choir from Savannah, Georgia, technically. They're incredible. They're a really cool noise band, and they're doing a lot for our community back in the United States.
We'll check it out.
But Nat is a really good artist, so we've been reaching out to them to do a lot of our art. But album art for In Transmission was by a guy named Ben Fruit, and he did a lot of our t-shirt designs as well. So a lot of the t-shirts that came out around that time was from him. One of our most popular t-shirt designs that we have right now, which is like the Dune thing, which you may have seen. It's like the orange. It says Capra Demon. Yes, so that was done by a friend of ours, James Woodard, who was in the Grasshopper Lies Heavy, which is another really good band from the United States. So
check it out.
Yeah, usually we try to work with people from other bands, usually like smaller people that we know, friends, stuff like that. Try to keep it in the circle. Yes.
Small circle, let's say. Fantastic. Last question, maybe obvious. If you have any other message to the viewers, to the fans, to whoever who is listening or watching this video, anything else you want to share?
I just want to say that everything, I know the band just started playing, but everything that we've been creating has just been so much better than before, in my opinion. I feel like we've all kind of, maybe it's just that we've become a little bit more compatible with one another. We've bonded with each other a little bit more, and we've just gotten to know each other better and what our strengths are and weaknesses. But I feel like this album that's coming out is just really like the perfect amalgamation of all of our hard work and successes. So it's definitely something that I wouldn't want to miss. If you liked In Transmission, you're going to love Errors.
I really do.
And I think that a lot of people that even potentially maybe weren't crazy about the first album, I think that this one is just so much more honed in on what we want to sound like. So yeah, definitely keep an eye out. October 6th.
Super. Capra. Check it out, Facebook, Instagram, whatever, YouTube. Very good luck tonight with the show.
Thank you.
Also with the next dates on the tour in Europe. Have a good flight back to the USA. It's still long. You're still for some time in Europe. But all the best. Very, very good luck. Lots of success. I'm really looking forward to 6 October and to get the new album. And thank you so much for doing this interview. I really appreciate this.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
Capra.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you so much.